So I just have to have somebody call in and get that.
Well, the logistics I'm not going to go over with you, but I am going to adopt the recommendation and set your bond at 5,000 cash or professional surety required. You are
Okay.
required to have a scram device to monitor alcohol use, which you're not.
Welcome to Butler County's first appearance docket, where multiple defendants face serious allegations, including probation violations, criminal threats, DUI charges, and drug possession. These early hearings decide bond conditions, attorneys, and court dates that shape the entire case. Watch closely as the judge handles each situation. Subscribe for more real courtroom breakdowns.
Butler County, Kansas, first appearance docket of February 25, 2026. I'm David A. Rickey, District Judge. The first case that we'll take up on this docket is State of Kansas versus Christian James Hyman. Is that who I have seated at the detention facility Zoom location?
Yes.
The case number here is 2025 CR 58. I will note the appearance of Joseph Baca from the Butler County Attorney's Office for purposes of the prosecutorial role in this. Mr. Hyman, I have before me a warrant to show cause alleging probation violation, failing to make payments, failing to report, failure to report law enforcement contact, apparent violation of laws is alleged, failure to obtain a drug and alcohol evaluation and follow recommendations, failing to report changes in address, refrain from drug and alcohol use. Further hearing will need to be set regarding these numerous allegations before the assigned judge, which is the Honorable Charles M. Hart. Judge Hart's next docket for that purpose would be April 3, 2026, 2:30 p.m. April 3, 2:30 p.m., Judge Hart's court. You must fully participate in Judge Hart's docket at that time. If you make bond, you must appear at the Butler County Judicial Center in El Dorado, Kansas for your hearing and no other location. I will note that a bond has been set on this warrant. I will review that with you here. Bond is $5,000 cash or a surety required. Can you afford to hire a lawyer to represent you in this, Mr. Hyman?
I cannot.
I think you had court-appointed counsel before.
Yes.
Mr. Favre was your attorney?
Yes, sir.
All right. James Watts will be reappointed. He may assign the case to Mr. Favre, but I'm going to initially appoint James Watts as your counsel. And again, bond $5,000, cash or surety. Court date, April 3, 2:30 p.m. Mr. Baca, anything else the court needs to address on Hyman?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Mr. Hyman, anything further?
No. No, Your
Very
Honor.
well. Then the Hyman case is in recess at this time. We'll move on to another matter.
Gary?
All right. Cutter Lane Terry.
Yes, sir.
It's the state of Kansas versus Cutter Lane Terry. Case number 2026 CR 67. Mr. Baca again appears for the state. Mr. Terry from the jail Zoom location. Mr. Terry, I have a charging document before me which alleges in count 1 criminal threat, a level 9 person felony. Count 2 criminal damage to property, a class B misdemeanor. Count 3 driving while license is suspended or canceled, a class B misdemeanor. Since a felony is involved, you will not be asked to plead at this time. Rather, a preliminary hearing scheduling will be made before your assigned judge, which is the Honorable Chad M. Crum. Judge Crum's next docket for that purpose would be March 23, 2026, 2:30 p.m. You must fully participate in Judge Crum's court proceeding at that time, March 23 at 2:30. Mr. Terry, can you afford to hire your own lawyer?
No, my dad's gonna help me out.
He's going to hire a lawyer for you.
He said something about the bond or for the bond or
Okay, bond is separate from the lawyer. Can you afford to pay perhaps for a bond, which we haven't set yet,
yeah,
and pay for a lawyer too?
I can if I can get out of here.
Well, I'm not going to guarantee that at this point. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to determine if you can afford legal counsel or not.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to take you at your word that you're going to retain counsel at this next court proceeding. You're going to have retained counsel available.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right. I'll show that he intends to retain counsel. All right. Recommendation regarding a bond here, Mr. Baca.
Well, Your Honor, the court's gone over the allegations and asked the court, as far as a public safety concern, to consider that person felony charge that's on there. Can inform the court that there was, or at least is alleged at this time, drinking that was involved in the incident. I think in consideration of that felony charge, state's request at this time would be a $5,000 cash or surety bond. Because drinking was involved, we would ask for scram. And then finally, Your Honor, we would request no drugs and alcohol as a special condition of that, as well as no contact with the victim.
Anything you want to say in response, Mr. Terry?
Yeah, when is my bond set for?
Your bond was recommended by the prosecutor to be $5,000 cash or professional surety.
So I just have to have somebody call in and get that?
Well, the logistics I'm not going to go over with you, but I am going to adopt the recommendation and set your bond at $5,000 cash or professional surety required. You are
Okay.
required to have a scram device to monitor alcohol use, which you're not allowed to have any as a condition of your bond, or any illegal drugs. And you're to have no contact with the alleged victim, Miss or Mester. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you remember what that court date was, Mr. Terry?
March 23rd
Okay. What time?
at 2:30.
Yes, that is correct. And where
that's
do you
at,
need to be on that date?
that's at the El Dorado Courthouse, correct?
Yes, yes. You can
Okay.
participate from there, certainly.
Okay. I thank
All
you,
right.
sir.
Very well. Just make sure you get that attorney on board, Mr. Terry.
Okay.
All right. If there's nothing further, the Terry matter will be in recess at this time.
Thank you.
Sure thing. Justin Stahlecker.
Sir.
Okay. This is State of Kansas versus Justin Blake Stahlecker. It's case number 2025 TR 846. Joseph Baca appears for the state. The defendant Stahlecker appears from the detention center's Zoom location. Mr. Stahlecker, I'm looking at this file. It appears that there was an active warrant for your arrest
Yeah.
issued.
They originally OR'd me and said they would send me information.
Well, apparently an attempt was made to serve a summons on you. Or very well may have been. Yes, there was a summons issued at one time.
I never got any.
You were unable to serve because your property that they thought you lived in was vacant, which means there was nobody there.
Nobody at the time.
So they couldn't get you served. Yeah, I can let you know what the time was. That was on April 28th.
Okay.
So anyway, we are where we are. An active warrant issued. You've been picked up on that warrant. You have a number of charges pending in this court. Count 1 alleges driving under the influence. Charged as a level 6 non-person felony. Count 2, driving while license is suspended or canceled, a Class A misdemeanor. Count 3, transporting an open container of alcoholic beverage, an unclassified misdemeanor. Count 4, no proof of insurance, a Class B misdemeanor. And count 5, failed to signal a lane change, an infraction. Since a felony is involved, you will not be asked to plead at this time. Rather, a preliminary hearing scheduling will be made for your assigned judge, which is this court. This court's next docket for that purpose would be March 16, 2026, 2:30 p.m. If you make bond, Mr. Stahlecker, you must appear at the Butler County Judicial Center in El Dorado, Kansas to appear for court that day. March 16, 2:30.
There's no way I get an OR bond. I know the date. You gave me a date. I'll be like.
Well, we haven't talked about your bond yet.
Okay. I'm sorry. Apologize.
Okay. What about an attorney?
I haven't talked to him, but I don't have any.
Can you afford one?
No.
Were you working prior to your arrest?
Yes, day by day.
Okay, so you don't have the financial resources to retain counsel?
No.
All right, I'm going to take you at your word there, Mr. Stahlecker, and I will appoint counsel. This is a serious case. The court will appoint James Watts to represent you.
This moment becomes critical. The prosecutor just revealed the defendant may be facing his 6th DUI offense. That drastically changes how the court evaluates risk and public safety. When repeat offenses appear on a record like this, judges often tighten bond conditions. Do you think strict monitoring like a scram bracelet is justified here?
Recommendation regarding bond here, Mr. Baca.
Your Honor, I have a little bit of concern as the court went over. We've had some trouble getting an exact location of the defendant in the past. I don't know if that's as much as a concern as what he's charged with. Your Honor, by my looking at his record, this would be or has the potential to be his 6th DUI. Not only am I concerned for the public, I'm pretty concerned about what might happen to him as well. I think in consideration of that, state would be willing to request at least a minimum $2,500 cash or surety bond, but I do think for his benefit and probably the public's also asked to have scram monitoring on that.
Stahlecker, where do you live?
Right in Wichita.
Okay, Wichita has addresses.
Yes.
So what is yours?
4224 Jonquil Circle.
Okay. And you would commit to this court that you will continue to live there if you're able to make bond here?
Yes.
Okay.
It's my father, so.
Okay.
But I won't be able to make bond, so.
All right. Well, I'll set the bond as recommended. I think certainly a surety bond is called for here, and the court will establish it in the amount as recommended, $2,500 cash or professional surety required. Further, I think it's obvious to this court that a scram device to monitor alcohol usage is in the public's best interest and probably the defendant's. So that will be a specific requirement before he can bond out. He has to have a scram bracelet attached to his person to monitor any alcohol usage he might have, which he's not allowed to have any as a condition of bond. Plus, you make sure that you have to appear at the Judicial Center for your next court appearance, which I've established as March 16, 2:30 p.m. Anything else, Mr. Baca, that we need to address regarding Stahlecker at this time?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Mr. Stahlecker, anything further?
No, sir.
Then your matter will be in recess at this time. We'll move on to another case.
Belton?
This is State of Kansas versus Eldon Lee Shin Berriger III. It's case number 2026 CR 22. Mr. Berriger appears at the Butler County Detention Facility Zoom location. Joseph Baca appears on behalf of the Butler County Attorney's Office. Mr. Berriger, do you have a copy of a charging document before you?
No.
All right. Apparently, you were brought in on a summons. The information reflects in count 1, a charge of possession of methamphetamine, a level 5 drug felony. Count 2, driving while license is suspended or canceled, a Class A misdemeanor. Count 3, no proof of insurance, a Class B misdemeanor. Since a felony is involved, you will not be asked to plead at this time. Rather, a preliminary hearing scheduling will be made before your assigned judge, which is this court. This court's next docket for that purpose would be March 16, 2026, 2:30 p.m. You must appear at the Butler County Judicial Center in El Dorado if you make bond for that hearing. March 16, 2:30 p.m. with you at the Judicial Center. Can you afford to hire a lawyer at this juncture, Mr. Berger?
No.
Is that because you haven't been working?
I'm already, I've been in jail,
Okay, where were you in jail at?
Butler County.
Okay. Was that on one of this court's cases or some other judge's case?
Yeah, I've been here since December 22nd.
Okay. And is there a reason why you've been jailed since before Christmas?
Yeah, I'm already sentenced to prison.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. You're on a hold at the jail pending DOC transport. All right. Very well then, Mr. Berger. Court will appoint counsel to represent you.
Sir?
Who was your attorney before, Mr. Watts?
No, Chris Ambrose.
Okay. I'm sure there was and that was out of what county?
I'm from Butler County, but he's out of Emporia.
Yes, understood. There must be a reason why out of county counsel was assigned. I'm going to go ahead and reappoint Mr. Ambrose to represent your interests in this case. Chris Ambrose is appointed. Though it may be kind of a moot point at this juncture, Mr. Baca, we do need to establish a bond. What do you recommend?
Yes, Your Honor, I think in consideration, state originally had, when it was just the case that we would be recommending fine with the 2,500 OR bond. Again, as the court indicated, might be a moot point, but I think we'd still be willing to go with that.
Well, the court will adopt the amount of $2,500 bond in this case. However, if by some unlikely circumstance, Mr. Berger, you're released from DOC custody or a DOC hold, I want you under a surety bond in this case. So I will establish $2,500 cash or professional surety in this case. Obviously, that doesn't release you from the DOC hold that you may have or any other hold. So $2,500 cash or professional surety required in this case. James Watts appointed as counsel.
Thought it was
Our
Ambrose.
court date's March 16 at 2:30.
All right, thank you.
All right. If there's nothing further, the Berger matter will be in recess at this time.
Thank you.
I believe that's all of the jail cases. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you for your assistance. We'll move on to other matters involving persons who are not in custody. Starting with KN Courier.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Cayenne.
This is State of Kansas versus KN Chance Courier, case number 2026 CR 31. Defendant Courier appears on her own Zoom. Joseph Baca as a prosecuting attorney in the case. I trust you've received some paperwork on this case already, Ms. Courier.
Yes, sir.
Charging document in count 1 reflects a charge of possession of an opiate, hydrocodone, a level 5 drug felony. Count 2, possession of marijuana, a Class B misdemeanor. Since a felony is involved, you will not be asked to plead at this time. Rather, a preliminary hearing scheduling will be made before the Honorable Charles M. Hart, your judge in the case. Judge Hart's next docket for that purpose would be March 30, 2026 at 2:30 p.m. I'm going to order you to appear at the Butler County Judicial Center in El Dorado, Kansas at that time. Where do you live, Ms. Courier?
Augusta.
Okay. You need to be at the Judicial Center here in El Dorado for your next court
Yes.
appearance before Judge Hart. March 30th, 2:30 p.m.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Baca, did she ever establish a bond at time of arrest or at any other time?
Judge, I was reviewing that. I don't believe I see that a bond was ever established.
What do you recommend for Ms. Curry?
Your Honor, with her appearance today and consideration of the charges, I also don't have any information that would cause a concern about future appearances. I think at this time, the state would be fine recommending a $2,500 OR bond.
Court will adopt that recommendation, Ms. Courier. Showing up on time like you're supposed to speaks volumes. I will set your bond at $2,500 OR, but you do need to get booked and processed, as far as I know.
Your Honor.
So I'm going to go ahead and put you into a breakout room with Mr. Spickler. Got something blocking your screen, Adam. You're at court security 2. Ms. Courier, when we're done here with the court proceeding, you need to stay on the meeting. You'll be put into a breakout session with court security 2. That officer will give you directions about what you need to do to get booked and processed on this and to have your OR bond posted. Okay, follow his direction. All right?
Okay.
And just,
All right,
and
now,
just
Ms.
for your-
Courier. Okay, go ahead.
just for your information, she just needs a bond. She's already been booked on this charges. All right.
Excellent. He'll give you directions about how you execute that bond and how you take care of that, Ms. Courier. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, can you afford to hire your own lawyer?
No, I cannot.
Is that because you haven't been working?
Yes, I'm a stay-at-home mom.
Court will appoint a lawyer to represent you. James Watts will be appointed.
Now the focus shifts to another defendant facing drug possession charges, while also already sitting in jail on a prison sentence. That creates a unique legal situation, because bond technically exists, yet release is impossible due to the prison hold. It shows how overlapping cases can complicate even routine preliminary court hearings.
Right. Did you write down Judge Hart's court date, Ms. Courier?
Yes, March 30th at 2:30 at
With you
the
being, yes.
El Dorado facility.
Well, yeah, El Dorado facility scares me. I don't want you to show up at the prison out
Yeah.
east of town. Okay, so that's at the Butler County Judicial Center. That's where
Yes,
you
sir.
need to appear at. Check in through court security in the front. They'll tell you and get you where you need to go. Okay, and Mr. Watts has been appointed. Anything else we need to address regarding Ms. Courier, Mr. Baca?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Any questions, Ms. Courier?
No, sir.
Okay, stay on the meeting and we'll put you in that breakout session with the officer. All right. All right, Mr. Ariano, you're a difficult guy to miss, but I've looked over you until now. I trust you have a client on this docket.
I do, Your Honor. I have Ms. Kelsey Jones, 26 TR 223.
Then I will take up that case. Is Kelsey Jones in your office with you?
Yeah, she's sitting back behind me.
Is it
We got the sun.
distant and somewhat shadowy figure in the background? All
I
right.
do need to fix the lighting in here and make it a little better, I think.
Quite all right. I see some movement back there, and I certainly trust your representation. This is State of Kansas versus Kelsey Cheyenne Jones, case number 2026 TR 223. Steve Ariano appears as defense counsel, with Ms. Jones appearing in Mr. Ariano's office by Zoom. Joseph Baca appears for the state. Ms. Jones is appearing in regards to a summons which alleged in count 1 driving under the influence, a class B misdemeanor; in count 1, transporting an open container of alcoholic beverage, an unclassified misdemeanor; in count 2. Mr. Ariano, what plea is being entered?
Your Honor, at this point, we'd enter a plea of not guilty, and we're just requesting another status date so we can review discovery.
Very well. Court's going to set this on Judge Webster's calendar for May 18 at 9:00 a.m. Defense counsel and the defendant both need to appear by Zoom on that docket at that time. May 18, 9:00 a.m., Zoom court with Judge Webster.
Your
In
Honor,
normal circumstances, there would already be a bond that's been established at the time of the arrest. Did that take place here, Mr. Baca?
Your Honor, it did. It looked like close to a year ago was when the arrest happened and there was a bond. Charges were not filed at that time. Don't have any information that any further bond was set once charges were filed and the summons was sent.
and she's appearing today pursuant to that summons.
What are you requesting regarding a bond at this juncture, Mr. Baca?
Your Honor, I think with her appearance today and having an attorney, I'd be fine with a $2,000 OR bond.
Court will adopt that recommendation. $2,000 OR bond is established in this case. Sure, there was already booking and processing. This may be similar to the earlier case. We'll just go ahead and have a breakout session with court security 2. Okay.
Yes.
So, Mr. Ariano, if you and your client at the end of the court proceedings would go ahead and go into a breakout room with Mr. Spickler in court security 2, he'll give direction regarding what still needs to be done to have your client on that $2,000 OR bond.
We will do so, Your Honor. Thank you.
I note retained counsel in the case, and a court date has been established. So, Mr. Ariano, is there anything else from your perspective that we need to address?
Nothing on behalf of the defense at this point. We have received discovery very recently. I just handed her a copy of it, so we will be reviewing that.
Very good. Mr. Baca, anything further?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
All right, Mrs. Jones, I trust you've been able to see and hear everything adequately today?
Yes.
Okay. Just follow your attorney's directions from here. If there's nothing further, the Kelsey Jones matter will be in recess at this time. I can release you and your client from the meeting at this time, Mr. Ariano. We did put them in a breakout room, didn't we?
Yes, Judge.
They just went into
Okay.
it.
Allison Rosa Osborne.
Yes.
Right. This is State of Kansas versus Allison Rosa Osborne, case number 2026 CR 36. Joseph Baca appears on behalf of the Butler County Attorney's Office, Ms. Osborne on her own Zoom. Ms. Osborne appears on a summons. I'll refer back to the original charging document in the case. Count 1 alleges cruelty to animals, a Class A non-person misdemeanor that is punishable by up to a year in the county jail and up to a $2,500 fine or both. Ms. Osborne, how do you plead to this charge?
Guilty.
All right. There was considerable hesitation before you entered that plea. You do have the right to legal counsel, and if you can't afford one, the court can consider appointing you a lawyer to represent your interests. Do you want to talk to an attorney about this before you accept conviction for this charge?
Yes.
All right. Then I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty at this stage on your behalf, Ms. Osborne, until you've had an opportunity to consult with counsel. Can you afford to hire your own lawyer, Ms. Osborne?
I cannot.
And why is that?
I'm a single mom of 2. And I just can't afford it.
Court will appoint Darren Patterson to represent you. And we'll set another court date for you.
Okay.
The only date I have available, which I think is viable, is a May date. It's a ways out. I hope you don't forget about this, Ms. Osborne.
I'm not going to.
That would be May 18th, 2026, 8 o'clock a.m. Yes, 8 o'clock a.m. in the morning.
Okay.
On May the 18th. That's when Mr. Patterson first starts addressing his cases on that docket. So you will need to fully participate by Zoom at that time. That
And
is a Zoom
you-
docket with Judge Webster, May 18th, 8 o'clock a.m. Darren Patterson is your attorney. We need to address the issue of bond in this case. Mr. Baca, what are you recommending here?
Your Honor, I do not have any information that she's either appeared for any booking or had any other prior bond information. Don't have any really concern about future appearances with her appearing on summons today. I think at this time, the state would be fine recommending a $2,000 OR bond.
Court will adopt that recommendation and set bond at $2,000 OR. I think you've seen from procedure that we're following today, Ms. Osborne. I'm going to put you in with a court security officer on this Zoom meeting. They'll give you further direction about what you need to do regarding any further booking or processing or bond posting that you need to do. You need to follow that officer's direction. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so you have that court date written down, right?
Yes.
May 18, 8
At 8
o'clock
a.m.
a.m., Judge Webster's Court by Zoom. Darren Patterson is your attorney, and $2,000 OR bond has been established by the court. So Ms. Osborne will leave the meeting open so that you can meet with court security too. Follow, again, Mr. Spickler's direction about what you need to do next. Okay?
Thank you.
Anything else here, Mr. Baca?
Nothing on this matter, Your Honor.
Any questions, Ms. Osborne?
Do I speak with Darren Patterson before? Court?
You will need to. He's an El Dorado-based attorney. I'm sure you can get information on him,
Okay.
but you'll need to speak with him well before court.
Okay.
Okay?
Mhm.
Right. If there's nothing further, then I think that concludes the docket. Mr. Baca, do you agree?
I do agree, Your Honor.
Very well. Then we'll go ahead and terminate court proceedings at this time and leave the meeting open so that Ms. Osborne can meet with the officer.
By the end of this docket, several defendants received court-appointed lawyers, multiple bonds were set, and strict monitoring conditions like scram devices were ordered. These first appearances may seem procedural, but they determine how every case moves forward. Like, comment, and subscribe for more dramatic, real courtroom stories and legal breakdowns.